Yeah, but it's kind of like adult. There's adult humor like mixed into it too.
Speaking of children's entertainment, welcome to Raw Dogs, everybody.
Hey
kids, poops and farts. That's funny, right?
Yeah, they love that.
Your favorite podcast about video games and beer and satire and parody and just crime in general. My name
We're criminals.
Yes, we're part of the Hair of the Dogcast.
By the
network.
look at your parrying skills on a clear obscure,
we're not talking
that is
about
that is criminal.
I guarantee I parry 1,000 times better than Tyler.
I believe you. I believe you.
Tyler still doesn't think it's a real word.
Parrying.
And special thanks to Dave Weiss for the theme song. My name is Brad, and I'm excited for today.
My name's Dylan, and I'm a rude motorcycle dude, even though I don't own one.
Yeah,
Stoy is, though.
Stoy literally rode a motorcycle.
I know.
Literally left my campsite today at like 7:40. I was like, I gotta go record a podcast, guys.
Were you solo?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I like disconnecting every now and then, just kind of going on a solo camping trip, nowhere far or anything. Like I was up in North Kettle Moraine. It's a really nice
cool.
area up there.
Nice.
And just but it's Memorial Day weekend, so all the families are out and all their stupid kids.
You guys want to listen to loud pop country? I brought my speaker.
Yeah, right.
Rap country, hip hop country.
I was trying to drown everybody out with just some I think I popped on the Clear Obscure soundtrack for a little bit, dancing in my little campsite.
That's good.
Ding, da, da, da.
Yeah. Yes. Today we are discussing Grand Theft Auto, and we're not going to be talking about the gameplay. We're not going to be talking about the development. We're going to be talking about the lore.
The lore.
Yes. So if
There is lore.
Yes, and the timelines and the universes, and this was a weird outline to make because sometimes I understand where it's going and how the episode will flow. I was immediately thrown a curveball when I started with this one because multiple parallel universes, alternate universes. I did not expect that for Grand Theft Auto.
Now, is this an official timeline type of thing that?
According to all the Rockstar Studios, I heard.
This is official. They have 3 separate timelines.
Yep.
And I thought, oh, that's dumb. But then it actually is necessary for Grand Theft Auto 2.
Oh.
Big time. Because I did not know what Grand Theft Auto 2 was. And it's not what you think it is.
Okay.
But yes, there's multiple parallel universes. There's the 2D universe, the top-down era. Mm-hmm. The 3D universe, which is like Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 3. Then there's the HD universe. 4, 5, online, and like Chinatown Wars.
So they... Oh, okay. All right.
It's weird that Chinatown Wars, and there was another portable GTA.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah. But like Chinatown Wars, and I thought
GTA
there was
Advance.
but there was like another one I thought for like the PSP that was exclusive to the PSP, right?
Well, those are Liberty City stories.
Liberty
and
City
Vice
stories, that was
City
it.
stories.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they're sequels, right?
Prequels?
Are they prequels?
I believe so.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. Each universe reimagines recurring themes, locations, and elements. Like there's always a Liberty City. There's always a lighthouse. There's always a San Andreas, a Vice City. And fictional brands as part of a meta tradition established by Rockstar North. There's going to be a version of Love Fist. There's going to be a version of El Burro, which he's one of the only characters that they brought from a different universe into it, although they changed his character a little bit. The 2D universe takes place in London, which is great because it's just London. It's not a fictional version of it.
And those streets, how you drive around on those? They're so tiny.
God, you guys ever play the Gateway? Not Gateway.
The Gateway.
Getaway?
I
Getaway
remember
series?
they talking about it was a Grand Theft Auto killer.
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
I never touched it.
They had the dumbest mechanic where, like if you wanted to put in a location to drive to, they wouldn't give you a mini map and they wouldn't give you like, hey, like a kind of like a beacon to say turn left here, turn right here. It would be your turn signal in your car.
Really?
And it would blink slow to let you know that you have a turn coming up, and then it would blink really fast to tell you the turn is now.
That's
I
interesting.
don't hate that though.
It was fine in concept, but like you miss it a lot because you're not looking.
Mini maps are kind of essential.
Yeah.
And when you don't see a mini map, you're kind of wigged out.
Yeah.
Expedition 33.
I just need a giant crazy taxi arrow in my life to know where I'm going.
Yeah, you just need a big green arrow.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I just go straight through buildings, straight line. That's the fastest way to get somewhere.
Red Faction Guerrilla.
That makes sense.
That's the way to do it.
GTA London 1960.
It was a real bitch of a time getting here today. I'll tell you what.
A lot of buildings destroyed.
GTA London 1961. There was 2 expansions. The original Grand Theft Auto, which is weird to me, requiring both the base game and London 1969. Early on, you had 8 protagonists to choose from. Just a picture, not anything relevant story-wise. Like this is the Haitian. This is the black lady. This is the corrupt white dude. This is this. Yeah, so it's just like nameless protagonists. Missions involve the mob boss Harold Cartwright, who made his fortunes in bars, pubs, and pool halls. And you just essentially get a bunch of random missions for, that classic Grand Theft Auto. You're going to get parody stuff. You're going to get like Save This Prostitute. So we're not going to go into all of them. That'd be silly. But there's one that was interesting. Mr. Cock and Balls. He's an associate who was kidnapped by the greasers. He must be rescued.
Well, yes, this is
Like
60s.
50s, it's 60s. Yeah, there are greasers.
But the one mission that is kind of the ultimate thing, the protagonist is sent to steal a jug swinger, which is a race car.
Oh, okay.
For Harold Cartwright's mother's birthday, but he accidentally steals it from a secret agent named Endeavor Chambers.
That's a cool name.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
That's dope.
And I would have expected it to be a lady agent, but Endeavor Chambers is a man.
I've actually met a person named Endeavor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never heard
Wow,
that before.
I have never heard that.
It's
as a name
actually a
before.
very British name,
Okay.
and he was a British black man, older.
Okay.
Very cool. I mean, if you have the name
Endeavor.
Endeavor, it's just...
Yeah. Should open an art gallery or something.
And his son's name was Apollo.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I got Brad.
Yeah.
I got fucking Dylan.
Dylan.
Stoyan
over here.
Stoyan, yeah. I'm a little unique here.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
But when you steal the secret agent's car, you actually just take a secret mission that was meant for Endeavor Chambers to help the Secret Service to stop the villain Hans Nemesis, who is running a potato business, but it's actually full of explosives and not potatoes.
Oh.
So are there explosives in the potatoes?
There are potatoes. I think they're underneath the potatoes.
Okay, got it. All right.
So, okay.
I love the name Hans Nemesis.
I do like the cheekiness of it, but potatoes?
Oh, what was that in Call of Duty 2? The tutorial section where you had to throw potatoes that were grenades?
Oh.
I don't know if this is something to do with like the whole the Irish conflicts over there with the IRA. Maybe references to that.
Too soon.
Hans
Maybe.
Nemesis is the leader of an Austrian terrorist cell operating in London. We attach explosives to a remote control wheelchair of an agent named Grandpa and destroy the potato explosive business, but Hans gets away.
Wait, we're suiciding Grandpa?
We use his wheelchair. I don't think Grandpa is actually in the wheelchair. It's a remote control wheelchair, though.
Okay.
Oh, that's high tech for that time.
Yeah, I'll say.
Grand Theft Auto operates on its own rules.
Of course.
This is a whole different universe.
London, 1969. This is the first expansion pack. This is set in London again. Your protagonist returns to London after being sent to Vice City by the Crisp twins to complete an unknown mission for him. The Crisp twins are the bosses of crime lords Harold Cartwright and Jack Parkinson. The Crisp twins manipulate the protagonist into killing allies before being exposed as paranoid drug users. They're chased out of town after admitting defeat, but Hans Nemesis is back. He has stolen an ICBM, which we steal back. Nemesis informs us to return it within 75 seconds or it will explode. Hans was I think almost every one of these missions.
An intercontinental ballistic missile.
Yeah.
A large ass. What? He steals a missile.
Yes, Hans Nemesis
In a
is
truck.
out for major terrorism.
Okay. Major terrorism.
Yeah.
So they bring it in a truck. They just have a big missile truck.
And of course, it's like you have 75 seconds. I think that's almost every mission in this game. You have this much time. There's always just time limits, and
Well, maybe it's just the explosive tip, and then the rest is assembled later. Whatever.
It could be. Yeah, that could be actually.
yes,
Did it specify?
well, he was attempting to steal a mobile nuclear missile launcher, but his plans were foiled,
Oh,
and he takes his own life in front of us.
Oh, so he's a coward.
valiant or cowardice?
Plots in this include recovering crown jewels, rescuing kidnapped football players, stealing nuclear weapons, and witnessing a dramatic suicide of Hans Nemesis. This brings
From
us
top down, you just see one little pixel race
Yeah.
to his head.
There are cutscenes actually in the
Like full motion, like FMV.
only ever-
no.
cutscenes, or-
There's like really horrible like stationary pictures where they just move the mouth. They only animate the mouth, and the voice acting is laughable.
Okay.
Of
course.
And it's only like 3 or 4. I watched like all the cutscenes, and it took like a minute.
That's interesting. I wonder. I've only ever played Grand Theft Auto 2. If we're talking the top down,
You did play 2.
I played it on the PlayStation. A friend had it.
Okay.
Now I did not play through it,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what was going on. He basically just said, "Go fuck around," and I did.
Yeah.
I think I have the original Grand Theft Auto on my little PlayStation Mini.
That'd
But
be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're a different game because Grand Theft. I'm used to the 3D open world Grand Theft Autos, not the top down like rally racing or what is that game like RC Pro-Am controls.
Yeah, RC Pro-Am controls,
those, that can be fun. I like those types of games.
It's cool. It's just different.
Yeah.
It is.
Early tank controls, when you think about it. Right?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like slot car racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the missions were, I mean, go get this, go get that, go get this money, go run this over, go run this guy over, go shoot these people. Yeah.
It's all you needed. So
Yeah.
this was originally for like the PC then, because you mentioned expansion packs.
Yes. Now, London 1969 was actually somehow playable on the PS1. I don't know if you had to buy a disc for it, but
I bet they just put everything into one disc. It had to be released later. I would imagine.
yeah, like a director's cut.
Yeah, yeah.
But then 61 was only available on PC.
Oh,
It's actually like the least played Grand Theft Auto game.
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. This was the first one.
Grand Theft Auto takes place in 1997. Stoy, I'll let you read the description of Liberty City.
Liberty City, the so-called gateway to freedom, where millions of Europeans first entered the USA. Now, what city would that mirror? Is everything you
Milbank,
imagine?
South Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is everything you imagined it could be and more. Glamorous and cynical, hard-edged and soft-livered.
Livered?
Livered?
Soft-livered.
Soft-livered? Okay, all right.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Can't handle your alcohol there, boyo.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, all these people with soft livers.
You got a soft liver there, Dylan.
No, it's hard.
Why don't you be named Apollo or something cool?
Probably calcified at this point.
We'll call him Eugene.
Our livers have been through a lot in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Yep. Soft-livered, beautiful and damned, it is a city living on the edge. From the glamour of Island City to the downtown or down at heel burns of the
Island
bricks.
City, Manhattan.
Yeah.
So
This is
dumb.
truly the city that sleeps with one eye open. So, yeah, this is probably almost like mirrors accurately to American culture. Founded on land bought from Native Americans for just $37. That's a very specific number. That
I don't know if it's true.
yeah.
I mean, I still
part
call
New
New
York
York
City.
New Amsterdam, so
Yeah.
Well, that was was supposed to be the original name, right?
Yeah, it was
New
the
Amsterdam?
original name, yeah.
$37 a barrel of mead and a sack of feathers by Belgian settlers in 1603. The ancient 5 boroughs of Liberty Island, incorporating Nixon Island and Law Island as well. The bricks,
Nixon Island.
Astoria, Kings, and Brooklyn have effectively been joined in the metropolitan area by urban areas from the neighboring state of New Guernsey.
Okay, so I really love that they go out of their way to rename some of them like Queens is Kings, but then it's just still Brooklyn.
Yeah.
There's Brooklyn. Yeah.
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 And the bricks is the Bronx.
It's almost always some sort of play on words, but sometimes they just phone it in.
Yeah, right. So,
Yeah, you choose again from 8 different protagonists, and you work for a character named Bubby, the eccentric leader of the Vercotti family. During the events of GTA, Bubby is being investigated for armed robbery, murder, manslaughter, pimping, extortion, bribery, possession of illegal narcotics, unlawful carnal knowledge. I don't know what that is.
Probably sodomy or something.
yeah.
Smoking in a no smoking zone,
Oh, no.
Oh shit.
double parking,
Oh.
treason, adultery, covetousness, idolatry, and willful Joe Pesci impersonations.
Wait, you can be arrested for covetousness?
And idolatry?
This is what you see on his like little rap sheet when you see it in the game. I like the
so
willful
he's just like a war criminal.
Right, yeah. Treason.
and double parker, and he does Joe
Oh,
Pesci
the worst.
impersonations.
I don't do
worst.
that all the time. I don't do that.
Missions involve escalating gang violence, eventually forcing the protagonist to flee to San Andreas. Dylan,
Yeah.
Could you read about San Andreas for us?
All right. Old World Latin charm and New Order Pacific Rim technology live happily side by side in San Andreas, the city of the future. San Andreas, which expanded rapidly following the famous Fool's Gold Rush of 1869, it's just, okay, has long had ties with the Orient. Today, this is reflected in its thriving Oriental communities, as well as Korean and Japanese populations. The city boasts the 9th largest Chinese population in a major city, with a 2-word name anywhere in the world. It has long been rumored that the Chinese control much of the organized crime on the West Coast from a laundry in San Andreas' Chinatown, but no one has ever been able to substantiate these claims, although some have disappeared while trying. It's L.A.
L.A.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
LA.
San Francisco and L.A.
Well,
That's
because Los Santos is L.A.
Oh,
They refine
right.
it later on, but
Yes.
right now San Andreas just kind of represents California.
Yeah, at least the populated areas.
San Andreas features Uncle Fu, a mythical 130-year-old Chinatown crime boss with a fantastic criminal record. Uncle Fu's past offenses are piracy, illegal opium trading, lighting firecrackers on a Tuesday, witchcraft, stealing fire from the gods. I like that.
Very Chinese.
Prometheus.
Torture, looting, responsible for the fall of the Tang Dynasty, extortion, fencing stolen water chestnuts, inventing bronze, and aiding and abetting criminals.
Inventing bronze?
That's
How old is this guy?
So this fucker loved
He's
Chairman
ancient.
Mao
He's ancient. I don't know. You
Yeah.
know more about Chinese history than I do.
a little bit. Not that much. I just know about the revolution.
He's
I
under
wrote a paper on it.
He's under investigation for running an illegal bus pass ring, beatings, whippings, choppings, murders, and inserting blasphemous/offensive words into fortune cookies.
I had a bus
so,
pass
like-
ring in high school, actually.
You know,
So,
they,
like,
they should have fortune cookies should have like a 1 in a million, like really crazy fortune.
I just want one that says like poop. And then like you
You'd
have to
love
think
that
about
so
it.
much. But then you turn it over and you're like, wait a second, boob.
And then it's a coordinate to a secret treasure map.
And that's when you discover the secrets to a video game.
That's true.
Inscription.
Ah.
And then there's El Burrow, a bisexual gang leader with whom the protagonist has both business and sex.
No matter what.
We know he's bisexual because if your protagonist is male or female, he's going to fuck you.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Vice City is where you head to next. A former Spanish slaving colony, Vice City, or City of the Fallen Angel, Holy Mother of All and Yet of Nothing, to give its nickname, is a city that revolves around just one thing: money. From the retired doctors and lawyers of Vice Beach to the cocaine dealers of Little Bogota, everyone is desperate to show off just how much they can spend in this subtropical paradise. More than anywhere else in America, Vice City is the archetypal melting pot, with large Caribbean, Colombian, and European communities all feuding with each other. The once peaceful Rastafarian community has become a haven for yardie criminals who found the going a little too hot in Kingston, and their clashes with the Colombian drug lords have given Western Vice City an unenviable reputation. It has the highest murder rates, the highest amounts of drug-related crime, and the least respected police department of anywhere in the USA. Still, it's not too bad.
ACAB, baby.
All corrupt.
Yes, Vice City sees the protagonist caught between a corrupt, mentally unstable cop named Samuel Deaver and the Rasta-led Brethren, switching sides and ultimately helping them reclaim their turf before retiring. Deaver, he's a suspected cannibal. He urinated on a superior officer's desk. Theft of impounded narcotics, malicious wounding a fellow officer, incestuous practices.
Oh, gross. What?
Deaver's not a good dude.
No, clearly not.
I hope he doesn't have children.
We're
I
about
hope
to-
not too.
Yeah.
Reporting for duty under the influence of alcohol, alleged sodomy of a police officer,
Oh, what the fuck?
Nightstick.
and perhaps his greatest crime, enjoying all of the Police Academy movies.
The first two were good. They should have stopped there.
I haven't seen any of them.
The first
I've
two.
seen
That's-
most of
Okay,
them.
all right.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
You got to give it to Rockstar for creating some of the most unique and iconic characters in video game.
I was
this day.
surprised at how, like, early on they were very much already in the comedy lane and like the satire and
Yeah.
like pushing boundaries.
It makes sense though, considering like what people thought video games were and what they were trying to produce. Does it plainly say this in like credits or opening sequences?
You can find like the dossiers, and that's what it says in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's interesting to me, and I like that it's one of the. It seems like one of those games where you could look down the rabbit hole if you wanted to, but otherwise you don't really fucking need to.
Well, even
Yeah.
like I imagine all this stuff is in. Remember manuals, guys? You would get a game and there would be a large manual in it.
I love it. That's the best part of riding home in the van after my mom bought me a video game was like, holy shit.
It was
Reading the book.
Did you know that this character is 33?
Mom, this guy was accused of sodomy. What's that?
That's like as old as you, Mom.
Mom, what's a Libra?
What does blood type have to do with it?
It's a Japanese thing, honey.
They think it's your personality.
My mom loved manga.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pronounce it right.
Manga?
Yeah.
Oh, you
we
ruined
caught
it.
you.
Yeah.
So Grand Theft Auto 2 takes place in 2013
In the
from
future.
the time period of 99. And there is multiple timelines because this one is like Blade Runner. It's set in like a dystopian, futuristic world where there's like clones and invisibility power-ups. I was very surprised.
It's interesting that they thought that was on the way.
Yeah, when you look back at a lot of games from the 90s, and it's like the year 2020, and it's like this dystopian Blade Runner type future where it's like, man, we are nowhere near that.
We got a lot of the dystopian aspects, just none of the cool future stuff.
No flying cars.
I don't need those.
Just flying assholes.
Yeah.
So GTA 2 takes place in Anywhere City. Now, we don't hear of Anywhere City ever again.
Yeah.
With the crime rate soaring and biochemical dependency and healthy proliferation, you are about to have the time of your life.
Maybe the whole state, maybe the whole country's the city now. It's Anywhere City.
It's a big city. It's on the edge of collapse. People are running wild, half-addled on food additives and semi-legal pharmaceutical pills. A giant corporation...
Well, that's not far off.
No, it's not.
No, that's not far off.
And a giant corporation controls every aspect of society.
That is also not far off.
From entertainment to organ transplants, everything is polluted, dirty, and unpleasant. Life has never been cheaper.
Oh, good. Good for them.
Yeah.
You play as Claude Speed, which
Claude Speed.
I like that Claude. It's not a common name, but like they reuse it. He's recently freed from cryosleep, infiltrates and double crosses multiple gangs in 3 different districts.
Why was he in cryosleep?
Yeah, what's his rap sheet?
Doesn't say.
Is cryosleep like prison? Because that's a decent way to...
Demolition Man.
They really embrace
yeah.
the protagonist having a like blank background.
Oh yeah, you can create your own backstory.
Yeah. This one's named...
So cool.
This is Bradley.
This is my character, Quad Mom.
This is Dylan, and he looks just like me.
And he's 9 foot tall.
I do that in every video game. I just try to make myself, to some degree, just a prettier version of me.
Yeah. I do
Yeah.
the same.
It depends on the game. Sometimes I do. They generally just have a hipster beard. And now I don't have the hipster haircut anymore. Now it's just a shaved head.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You're going to go back to the hipster haircut?
no.
Oh.
It requires work.
Oh, yeah. I
Sounds
suppose,
annoying.
Yeah.
There's the downtown district with Yakuza Zaibatsu Corporation and the Loonies. And then there's the residential district with the Rednecks, the SRS Scientists, and more Zaibatsu. And then there's the industrial district with the Hare Krishnas, the Zaibatsu, and the Russians.
Man, they really thought that the Hare Krishnas were going to stick around.
I lived in Hawaii for a while, and I attended this church that offered free pizza if you went to it. And it was a Hare Krishna church.
Yeah.
And it was I had many internal debates on if it was worth pizza.
One of my goals is to go, when I go to California and I visit, is to go to the Scientology brunch. Apparently, they have really good food.
I'll bet.
Your name will be on more lists.
Well,
than
that's
one.
how they get
fine.
you in the door, right?
Dude, there's a dossier with you somewhere right now.
Where is the Scientology, the main campus?
I don't
It's in
remember.
Was it in Colorado or something like that? Or
No,
Utah?
it's still in LA.
Still in LA? Okay, got it.
It's called like the Science Center. It's I think it's in downtown.
Okay.
That's the
don't really
two.
know.
That's the 2D universe. Essentially, the way that game works is you work for all 3 gangs in each district, and you build cred, and then at some point you wind up just fucking them all over and leaving.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Take no prisoners.
The 3D universe starts with Vice City Stories, set in 1984.
In the timeline, okay.
It follows Victor Vance, the older brother of Lance Vance from Vice City.
Lance Vance.
And Army Corporal, dishonorably discharged after a drug deal goes wrong. He's desperate to raise money for his brother's asthma medication.
Oh, that's kind.
That's admirable.
So he builds a criminal empire.
Yeah, I think you could just get a side job.
Asthma no
Pay
more.
for it.
Yeah.
He faces betrayal by a corrupt sergeant, rival gangs, and then even Lance himself. Victor is dragged back into the Vice City criminal underworld. They set up a deal with the Forelli crime family, apparently with the help of Colonel Cortez, according to Ken Rosenberg. As the two groups are about to exchange their goods, a small group of hitmen arrives and shoots at them, killing Vic and two of the Forelli family members, whilst the Forelli representative, Tommy Vercetti, and Ken Rosenberg drive off, and Lance flies away from the scene. That starts the events of Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the very last mission of this.
So that's interesting to me because when I only kind of fiddled around with it, so I never owned this, and I didn't really own a PSP.
Yeah.
So when I got my hands on it, I'm like, holy shit! It's like video games in your pocket, man.
It's real video games this time, dude.
It's real though, dude. You can,
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking like, oh, so it's just like a sequel. There was nothing about the character that didn't make him look like Vercetti.
Well, you were playing a black dude.
What?
Yeah. Victor Vance is a black dude.
I don't think I ever played this one, so I
Was I playing
You
Liberty
are-
City Stories?
You are colorblind, though.
I'm not. Well,
not
yeah.
that colorblind.
No, I'm that colorblind.
Come on, you can't be that colorblind.
You're straight up blind, dude.
I was diagnosed with some level of face blindness. So,
Face blindness. Okay, all right.
yeah. But that doesn't.
You might have been playing.
I was gonna say-
You were probably playing Liberty City Stories.
I was definitely
would
playing Liberty
very
City
much
Stories.
venture.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
Some recurring characters you'll see in later games. Phil Cassidy. He'll pop up in this Vice City, GTA 3, and I think maybe elsewhere too. He's voiced by Gary Busey. He's a gun dealer and a veteran. Ricardo Diaz, Colombian drug lord, played by Luis Guzman.
Oh yeah.
Guzman.
Humberto Robina, gang leader, played by Danny Trejo, and then Phil Collins appears as himself in this game.
Yep.
That's kinda
I remember
cool.
that, yeah.
There's a whole concert that you have to prevent from getting bombed with Phil Collins. It's really wild that Phil Collins like, I'm very in.
You know, controversially, I like Phil Collins, and I especially love the band Genesis.
I love Phil
Controversially.
Collins
I mean, a lot of people don't like Phil Collins because there's that whole. It's like a cultural like stigma because of South Park.
Well,
like,
you know,
especially
oh,
people
yeah,
of our
okay.
too.
generation.
Do you know why South Park hates Phil Collins?
It's because they didn't get the Academy Award because Tarzan took it away from him.
Otherwise, they would have like the full award spectrum of every art form,
Yeah.
except for Phil Collins and Tarzan.
And that's funny because South Park was a musical, essentially.
Yeah,
So,
a great musical.
yeah, it's fun.
Those songs are great.
Yeah.
When the devil is singing about wanting to go up to the real world, and without evil there is no good, so it must be good to be evil sometime. I'm like, damn, dude. And then Saddam fucks him in the ass.
Yeah.
It's poetic.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
And then the famous Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch.
Yeah. Blame Canada.
Yep.
Which Robin Williams sang on stage.
Yep.
Fantastic. Vice City takes place in 1986. Tommy Vercetti, a former Forelli mobster, is sent to Vice City after serving 15 years for multiple homicide. The botched drug deal from the end of Vice City Stories. We learn he was set up by Sonny. Tommy goes on adventures. A shootout ensues at the end.
Adventures.
Yeah, a shootout ensues in Tommy's mansion, during which Tommy prevents the Forellis from stealing his money. He kills Lance Vance for his betrayal before finally killing Sonny. When Ken arrives to a scene of carnage, Tommy quickly reassures him everything is now fine, and he has finally established himself as the undisputed crime kingpin of Vice City.
Do you think that they might have that character reappear in 6?
There will be a different version of it.
Yeah,
because this is a separate timeline.
No, I know, yeah.
I think part of the reason they do that is so they can have the maps however they want it to.
Well, yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, so
too.
it changes every time. Okay,
But I
all right.
guarantee if they don't put a Vercetti reference in there
Yeah.
and Love Fist, people will be upset.
Yeah, that's the part where I'm kind of like, oh, okay, because I literally thought that everything that was 3D would have been the same timeline. I think that people could get over the fact that you're in the same city, but it's a different map. Mm-hmm. But there are such idiots on the internet. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I could get over it. Like, I don't give a shit.
I don't care. The people that, if they expect anyone to care about the canon aspects of Grand Theft Auto.
I bet there's probably a huge contingent of people who really like that.
I like the shared universe stuff. Like, I love that Laszlo, the radio DJ for V-Rock, shows up later on because he's in this one as the douchebag V-Rock host. And then he is like a major force in Grand Theft Auto 5, where I think he's the one you blow the cell phone up in his hand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's just a constant douchebag. He's one of the creators of the game. And so, like, they even have his character model based on him later on.
Well, in GTA 5, he took on the role of like the right-wing political podcaster type, right?
I hate podcasters.
Yeah, right. Stain on society.
Don't get me started.
Okay.
Unsubscribe.
Clearly, I struck a nerve.
Unsubscribe.
I do love shows about podcasters, though. My wonderful mother-in-law, she at one point gave me like soft throwing axes that you like throw in a target. She's like, for your podcast. I'm like,
What?
I don't know if you know what we do.
I remember those. I'm
not sure you understand how podcasting works.
Well, do they think we're just hanging out?
Yeah. Does she follow a podcast where they throw axes on?
I mean,
Does she think we have a video podcast? I don't know.
I mean, I remember throwing the little axes. They're kind of fun, but I don't understand.
I don't know what we're up to, though.
Yeah. Okay, so I
there's
kind
a
of hit
podcast
them.
about
I kind of
everything.
hit it. I kind of hit it. Oh, this time I missed completely.
Yeah.
Now you guys just have to imagine this.
This features Sonny Forelli, played by Tom Sizemore, Ken Rosenberg, the nervous lawyer, played by William Fichtner, Avery Carrington, corrupt developer, played by Burt Reynolds, Auntie Poulet, played by Miss Cleo herself, to Cods Don't Lie.
Miss Cleo. Yeah.
I love that she actually showed up.
Oh, that was a magical time.
Yeah, well, I don't know anyone that actually called Miss Cleo, but there was a Swindled podcast episode about her, which was very good.
Yeah.
Swindled is a good show.
Yeah. I would also recommend the episode by the Fraudsters. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Miss Cleo, a fraud?
The Cods Don't Lie.
Call now.
Call now. I can tell you the future.
Little known fact, I was Miss Cleo.
I was gonna.
And then I Mission Impossible.
Well, did you know Miss Cleo was actually black?
What's that?
She's actually black.
So am I.
Face blind. Is that face blindness?
Who's
Yeah.
You don't
who's
even know your own
colorblind
face?
now?
I'm definitely black.
Okay.
Love.
I'm like Rachel Dolezal.
Oh.
I don't get this reference.
Rachel Dolezal was
Who's
a
that?
woman who pretended to be black to get into like a very famous pro colored people organization.
She was very tan.
Yeah, she was just a tan white girl.
Yeah.
Really funny.
It's funny.
It was funny.
I still think it's funny. I know every black person I've ever talked to about it thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
White people are the only ones that think it's like a horrible crime.
Right. No kidding.
So there's Love Fist, the beloved Scottish metal band, comprised of Jizz Torrent, Willie, Dick, and Percy.
Oh.
They are on their Steelheart Stone Cold Prostate tour. During in-game dialogue, several secrets...
You should probably go to the doctor if you got a stone cold prostate.
several secrets are revealed about the band members. Jizz Torrent apparently used to have sex with sheep.
Oh, no.
Drummer Dick sleeps with punny pajamas.
It's
Percy...
not a huge secret.
Yeah.
Percy is a huge fan of Duran Duran. That'll sink a metal band.
Oh,
Yeah, that will.
probably
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
And bassist Willie likes to wear women's underwear. Nothing wrong there.
I mean, that's
actually
everybody
kinda-
in Motley Crue.
Yeah, it's kind of glam rock. That's
Yeah.
kind of rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Songs like Dangerous Bastard, Fist Fury, Chin Stainer. I love this one. This was when they're going for the awards. Fallen Stars on Shattered Dreams in the Rain.
Like November.
That's like
Rain.
November Rain. Yeah.
That's fine.
I get the reference.
Zinc Deficiency
Well,
and Satan's Pillows.
Satan's pillows.
aw.
I like that.
Must be really soft.
I
After
bet Satan's got tits.
After Vice
yeah.
City, Vercetti continued to run the criminal underworld. During that time, his relationship with Rosenberg became increasingly strained due to Ken's cocaine addiction. Ken got into rehab at the Fort Carson Medical Center in Fort Carson, San Andreas.
Jesus Christ.
I just
they
love
really
that
love
it-
to. They're
in the
describing
game-
fucking everything.
In the game, every time you met up with Rosenberg, he was doing a line of coke. Like, it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, there he is doing coke again.
By 1992, he was clean and out of rehab, Tommy refuses to speak to him and cut all ties, which brings us to San Andreas in 1992, starring Carl C.J. Johnson.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Is that from the game? I've never played San Andreas.
San Andreas, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was the
the
meme.
meme.
Yeah, it was a meme. Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Yeah, I don't
All
know.
you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
I think that I was so in love with the 80s aspect of Vice City that them taking it out of the 80s was almost a recipe for me not to care.
It's kind of strange that not like 3 years after the 90s were over, you want to do a period piece about something just a decade ago.
Yeah.
Though when
Yeah.
you think about it, like that 70s show was kind of exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
The 90s are where the nostalgia is now.
Yeah.
The Stranger Things season
Freaks and Geeks
5.
had nostalgia for the 80s. It's late 70s. was it?
Sandlot,
Yeah.
Wonder Years.
Oh, Wonder Years. I love the Wonder Years though.
Yep.
I mean, you go 40 years back, I think you're a little more.
No one has nostalgia for the 1600s anymore, though.
I do. Age of Piracy.
You have a lot of nostalgia.
Yo
for
ho
that.
ho.
I think I'd do well. Maybe not on a ship because I don't know.
'Cause you're
not
in-
enough limes, you know, for my margaritas that I would be having all the time. My ice machine.
I would love to be on the bottom of the ship just rowing the boat just because I didn't want to catch scurvy.
Now, there's a canon
Or
reason.
maybe no, I should
You'd
be
be,
the
in
opposite.
you'd be in a tall ship, man. You wouldn't
be-
have a rowboat.
Yeah.
There's a canon reason why CJ won't swim, and he dies immediately.
It wasn't racism because it was racism back then. I
it was.
remember.
That's what I was gonna
That
say.
was the whole thing.
He had a fear of swimming as a child because once he got a condom stuck to his face, and he says that horror like that will stay with you the rest of your life.
I would have gotten over it.
Yeah, that would stay with anybody.
Things happen.
Yeah,
I don't know.
man.
CJ works to rebuild the Grove Street families and uncover the truth behind his mother's death. Deals with betrayal from allies like Big Smoke and Ryder, and manipulation by.
Big Smoke. That was.
Uh-oh, we struck a nerve.
Yep. Sorry. Moving on.
I've never played through the story. I know enough of it.
Big Smoke.
And then there is
One of the worst betrayals of all time.
there's the corrupt cops from Crash, which I don't know if there's like a DARE program, community resources against street hoodlums.
Dare was a big thing in the 90s. So that would
I'm a
I caught
graduate.
the reference. Yeah.
I'm a graduate.
I graduated, but
Dare drugs are really expensive.
well, yeah.
I was part of the anti-drug committee in high school, and I was very stoned.
Oh.
Yep.
That made you the perfect candidate then.
Yeah.
I'm really, you were a part of the drug committee?
The anti-drug committee, yeah. Well, it was just like anything to get me out of class, which
was
you
just-
get to miss school sometimes to go to like convention. Like, I'll do it.
I was gonna say it's like the perfect shield.
Plus,
Yeah,
I was on
it is.
student council, so pretty much any opportunity to miss school I took. I was in Future Farmers of America.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that shit was wild, dude.
Did you milk some cows?
I'm just, you could say so.
You could say so.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's corrupt cops from Crash. Frank Tenpenny, played by Samuel L. Jackson, and Eddie Pulaski, played by Chris Penn. Perfect. As soon as I heard the name Eddie Pulaski, I'm like, that's definitely that dude from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Well, what's really cool about especially Vice City in this one, Grand Theft Auto did such like gangbusters numbers that they could literally a lot of these celebrities would just be like, "Can I be in the next one?"
Phil Collins is like, I'll be myself in your game.
Yeah.
And it'll be for the mobile version.
Because I don't remember this many celebrities being in 3.
No, there's a lot. There's a lot less. Kyle MacLachlan's in 3.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but there's not a ton.
The one guy from the Matrix was in 3. He was always the he was the guy that Cypher.
Oh, Joe Pantoliano.
Joe Pantoliano,
Joey
yeah.
Pants.
He was
I
the
love
he was
Joey
the only
Pants.
one that I recognized from 3 that I was like, "Hey, wow, it's a famous guy."
He had a good decade.
Joey Pants is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
90s, early 2000s. Yep.
The Crash members explain that if Carl doesn't do work for them, they will frame him for killing their fellow officer, who they actually murdered themselves. Ken Rosenberg was in rehab, but was successful, but he has been a disbarred lawyer. He runs casinos for 3 different crime families now. Carl works for Rosenberg and Salvatore Leone to kill the other 2 families, helping Salvatore Leone rise to power. He is one of the big bads of Grand Theft Auto 3. Catalina is CJ's violent ex, a criminal from Red County of Dominican and Colombian descent, troubled childhood with an abusive stepfather. They become romantically involved, and because she actually forces him with a knife to do extreme BDSM.
Oh,
Yep.
Does that check
That
out?
was,
that ages well.
that was weird.
Claude is Catalina's new lover from GTA 3.
Oh.
You have some street racing with him. And Kent Paul, the former manager of Love Fist, turns up. He now manages the Gurning Chimps.
That sounds very 90s grunge rock.
I don't know about the Gurning Chimps.
I don't know what that is in reference to.
I don't know what Gurning is. I know what Gooning is.
I taught you all that.
Yeah, thanks, man. You taught me a lot of things.
I know a lot.
Profound knowledge of great video games and what Gooning is.
Yep, pretty much.
The Gurning Chimps, Kent Paul,
Flaming Monkeys?
and the Truth, as well as CJ, I'll take peyote in the desert, and the Gurning Chimps disappear. And then he manages Mad Dog after this.
Oh, they just disappear.
They show up later on in another game, I think. Eventually, they reclaim Los Santos, restores Grove Street, and takes revenge. CJ wins. Liberty City Stories takes place in 1998, starring Tony Cipriani. This was definitely the Sopranos era. He's been hiding out for years after killing a made man, but he returns to Liberty City, works his way up through the Leone family, serving under Don Salvatore Leone. He faces obstacles from rival mafia, corrupt politicians, and his disapproving mother, who even puts a hit out on him, which is very Sopranos.
Damn, yeah, that is.
Do you remember when the mom in Sopranos died?
Oh, that really horrible first episode of season 3.
And then she's like, I don't want to see you anymore, Tony. And it looked like a PS2 cutscene. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There are some real baffling decisions in Sopranos, and that is the worst one.
They could have said she died off screen. It would have been so easy.
It was so much more distracting to have her head put on with the lighting all fucked up. Great stuff.
They could have made the whole season about it, kind of like Wakanda Forever did for Black Panther.
Sopranos Forever.
Yeah. And the whole movie is about how one of the actors essentially died.
It can be called Sopranos Gabagool Forever.
Gabagool Forever. I could go for some Gabagool.
Carly did this really great impression when we were at this Italian restaurant the other day. She's like, who am I? And she takes her fork and starts stabbing the pasta really hard. Because whenever Tony gets super mad in Sopranos, he just starts eye-fucking you and stabbing his pasta.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's very well observed. He partners, Tony Cipriani partners with Donald Love, the real estate mogul, 8-Ball, an explosives expert, and the antagonist is Sicilian mob boss, Massimo Tarini. A bunch of stuff happens, and you help Salvatore to dominate the city's criminal landscape. In the year 2000, we have Grand Theft Auto Advance. Mike is our protagonist.
That can't have looked good.
A small-time criminal working for the more connected Vinny. They decide to leave Liberty City together and try their luck elsewhere. But before they can, Vinny is apparently killed in a car bomb, and the money goes missing. 8-Ball has sent them on this mission, and he has Mike get rid of the body. Mike then works to pimp out women for 8-Ball while trying to figure out what happened. King Courtney is a Yardie leader suspected in being involved, so Mike confronts him. Courtney denies, and you do missions for them before you realize you were being used. We learn Vinny faked his own death and has been conspiring against Mike this whole time.
Damn.
Mike kills Vinny.
Hell yeah.
8-Ball is arrested, and Mike attempts to kill King Courtney, but the LCPD intervene. Mike escapes and leaves town. Mike is the most generic-looking protagonist, I think, out of all of them. Yeah.
Most GTA endings always end with just kind of like they don't end gloriously. They just end with, you're fucked. Get out of town.
Or you're the king.
Or you're the king, yeah, I suppose.
Or both.
Crime only sometimes pays.
Yes.
Now, Grand Theft Auto...
And when it does, it pays very well.
Grand Theft Auto 3 takes place in 2001. Claude and Catalina, after a string of robberies across the country, arrive in Liberty City to pull off a major heist. But she betrays Claude.
No! Claude!
Yes, the wonderful Claude.
Yeah.
She shoots him during a bank job and escapes with the loot and her new partner, Miguel, of the Colombian cartel. Claude survives a betrayal and is arrested. While being transported, a cartel ambush on the prison convoy allows him and 8-Ball to escape.
I don't remember any of this. My brain is so like mush.
You haven't played it for over 20 years.
I remember the city very well. I remember the combat. I remember not loving it.
I remember flying a tank into the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
I remember a lot of the NPCs when you would run them over. And there would be like a gay guy with a construction hat.
Probably.
That when you would run him over, he'd be like, young man.
That's very fucking funny.
And then the Asian guy would be like, somebody call a medic. It was just I remember that vividly, all that stuff.
Did you know the Village people claim that none of that
Yes.
none of this stuff was gay coded in any way whatsoever?
Well,
Yeah.
like one of the members does because he's a Trumper now.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, all of them do.
Oh, they all are. Well,
Yeah, they
the
all
ones that
pretty
are-
much came out.
But is this like a whaler
I
situation
mean, they all
where
played
none
at
of the
the
whalers?
inauguration.
But are any of them still alive, or how much of it is original members?
That's good. That's a good point.
Oh man.
Because there's 20 versions of the whalers now, and none of them are an original member. I don't
Just
think.
just elderly Indian chiefs
Yeah.
and police officers
Young man.
doing and like booty shorts.
Yeah. Ooh.
Just very naked.
Ooh.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. Just dancing and singing on stage. No, it's
Yeah.
very straight.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Everything was a little gay in the late 70s.
Yeah.
So Claude starts doing jobs for the mafia, quickly gaining their trust. He works with Luigi Gottarelli, Joey Leone, and Tony Cipriani, eventually getting more involved with the Don Salvatore himself. Leone's trophy wife, Maria, has taken a liking to Claude, and she tells Salvatore that she's fucking Claude when that didn't happen.
Yeah.
In order to force Claude's hand.
I remember that.
So now Salvatore wants him dead. Claude completes missions for Ray Machowski, a corrupt cop, Asuka Kassen of the Yakuza, and Donald Love, played by Kyle MacLachlan, a corrupt media tycoon. He learns that Catalina now runs the cartel's drug empire, pushing a product known as Spank.
Spank, that was it. Yeah.
Spank.
I was going to. Oh, you're right.
Tony Cipriani is still living with his mother and seen in the family restaurant where he provides Claude with jobs. He calls the local chat radio station and complains about his mother often in the game. Mm-hmm. And El Burro makes a return from a different universe. He's a well-known adult film star and leader of the Diablos gang in Liberty City. He employs Claude to help his porno business, including the sale of Donkey Does Dallas.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny. But also the fact that he's a porn star and has the energy to do anything else after that.
Yeah, you don't see that overlap often.
I've never heard of that overlap.
Yeah.
Talk about a group of people dedicated to their work.
Usually criminals, they tend to like keep everything pretty low key, but no, he's just putting it all out there every day.
He's going for it.
Yeah. Got to respect the grind.
Literally.
Claude carries out another task for Donald that leads him to encounter Catalina, now the leader of the cartel, at a construction site. She escapes after betraying and shooting her partner Miguel. She has a track record.
Damn.
The Yakuza capture Miguel and torture him for information on cartel operations in the city, allowing Claude to strike against them and hinder the cartel. Enraged, Catalina murders both Asuka and Miguel and kidnaps Maria, demanding $500,000 for her release. Claude meets her to pay the ransom, but she deceives him again and traps him. But Claude escapes, rescues Maria, destroys the helicopter, killing Catalina. And as Claude and Maria leave the scene, Maria begins to complain about the kidnapping, but is silenced by a gunshot. I think that means Claude shoots her. Mm-hmm. He's tired of her as well.
Yeah. And that's the end of it?
You spent his whole life in prison.
That's the end of Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah.
But not the end of the 3D universe.
No,
No,
it's
this was
not.
a surprise to me. Manhunt takes place in this timeline.
What?
Okay.
Yes, Manhunt
Are
1
we
and
talking about
Manhunt
Manhunt
2.
now?
Yeah.
We are. Oh, my God.
It's part of the timeline.
Okay. All right.
Manhunt,
Manhunt was a Rockstar
Was
game?
Bully part of the universe?
no. But
Okay.
Manhunt is.
Okay.
Is Red Dead Redemption part of this universe?
If there was one oblique reference to someone's last name, then we could have included it, but there isn't.
So Midnight Club was part of the universe.
No, not on any of the timelines.
I'm thinking about every Rockstar game in
This
the
is the only one.
Okay.
Set in Carter City, a decaying urban nightmare, James Earl Cash, a death row inmate, wakes up to find his execution was faked, and now he's forced to star in snuff films directed by Lionel Starkweather, a disgraced movie producer turned underground filmmaker. You're guided via earpiece through gang-infested zones to kill members of various psychotic gangs, skins, hoods, innocents, war dogs, and more. They record all of your actions, and they want to sell the footage. Cash eventually rebels against the setup and turns on Starkweather. He infiltrates his mansion, kills the guards, ends with the media reporting on the snuff ring's exposure while Cash disappears from the naked eye.
I've never played Manhunt. Have you?
I
like
played
the
a little
concept.
bit of it. I've never really played it till full completion.
It
but
never appealed to me, and I also think I was just too young for it, maybe, because I liked violent stuff, but I think like if I saw something like this, I'm like, I'll stick with Super Mario Sunshine.
Let's go.
Yeah, I kind of like that game.
Snuff of films.
Bitch, you do what I say.
I'm a
This
good
was
money.
early 2000s was kind of like that weird time in like horror movie history where like there was a
Saw.
lot of like Saw, 8mm, a lot of like snuff film style horror.
Hostel.
So yeah, and
Hostel
what was the other one? Hills
that?
Have Eyes and stuff. So like
Hills Have Eyes is fucking good.
yes,
I love
yeah.
the remake.
But the that time was so raw, and then of course it comes out in a video game, and I just remember the huge controversy of Manhunt. It was the first like I think AO rating officially by a console game.
I feel like Rockstar was like, what can we do to make people more upset?
Yeah,
Because they were even like pushing,
it wasn't enough with GTA 3 at the time.
They wanted those stories though. Even back to the early games, they were pushing for controversy.
Yeah.
Well, even think about like Hot Coffee from San Andreas.
That was an accident, I believe.
I
That was
know
an
it
accident,
was,
yeah.
but it was still within the game. And
And
like,
they just left it in there.
yeah, I truly believe that they knew someone was going to find that. There's no other way that works.
Yeah.
It's got to be that. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a great concept. I like the idea of the Truman Show as a snuff film.
Yeah.
It's cool. I didn't play this though. Just extreme graphic murder without that satire. Or if it is satire, it's fucking super thin.
Well,
it didn't appeal to me at the time.
I gotta wonder though, like going back to it, if I watched like even like videos or tried playing it, how would I just think it's silly looking? Probably.
I mean, yeah, now it would be.
All I remember was the stuff you'd see in like EGM, and it was just like a picture of a violent serial killer. I'm like, this is too much. Like you said, it's like, let's get some sunshine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I think this game is banned in some countries. I think definitely Australia.
Yeah.
Australia's pretty strict with their.
Well, they can't
ratings.
have shit with pills. You can't be taking pills. So like
Left 4
Max
Dead.
Payne.
You can't play Left 4 Dead in Australia. Pills here.
I think that the developers actually like put in something else to like replace it. It's kind of like how in like you know the like the newer Wolfensteins, they don't use the swastika just because they're like, we don't need to, you know.
That's true. Yeah.
You understand when something's Nazi coded.
Yep.
It seems like people have a hard time understanding that now, but you know,
We're living in Grand Theft Auto.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a parody on life, right?
Manhunt 2 takes place in 2007. You play as Daniel Lamb, a former scientist suffering from severe amnesia. He escapes from the asylum during a riot accompanied by a violent man named Leo Casper. You journey across Carcer City, eliminating those connected to a shadowy group called the Pikmin Project. Leo
The Pikmin.
So you're trying to hunt.
Pikman
You're trying
Project.
to.
You're trying
to hunt little Pikmin.
You're trying to hunt Shigeru Miyamoto down.
Now, if there was a
That's awful.
dark version of Pikmin where you had to go execute all the Pikmin you could find,
I've killed a lot of Pikmin in my day by accident.
this is on purpose.
Well, you're willingly sacrificing your Pikmin all over that.
Hey,
those games.
if you do it right, you don't lose that many units.
Okay.
Leo Casper.
Maybe you got to get good.
I was playing the game wrong. Clearly, I was playing the game wrong.
In the first game, it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Leo is pushing Daniel towards violence, claiming it's the only way to find the truth. But Daniel eventually learns that Leo is not real, a hallucination created by a mental split caused by the Pikman experiments. Part of an illegal brainwashing project designed to create assassin personalities that it can be turned on. Kind of Fight Club at the time.
That's more like
A sleeper agent, like Zoolander.
No,
it's like
the,
Zoolander.
What is that? The
Project.
The project. You and I are thinking the same thing.
Oh my god, Project.
Project 8, Tony Hawk.
MD.
Oh my god, I think about this one
MK
all the
Ultra?
time.
Yeah.
MK Ultra.
MK
thank
Ultra,
you.
that's it.
Oh my
Ooh,
god, thank
yeah.
you, Brad. It was going to
Thank
kill
you,
me.
Brad.
Also,
my God.
also like Zoolander.
Sure.
Also,
You
like
almost killed a Malaysian
Zoolander.
prime minister.
Also, like Zoolander, and maybe Zoolander too.
Child labor, good. Malaysian prime minister, bad. Daniel fights his inner demons, literally confronting Leo in his own mind. He defeats Leo, chooses to reject violence, and recovers his memory. The authorities give him a new identity, David Joyner, allowing him to start a new life. The final scene shows him walking away.
Oh,
Wow, it's
such a good ending.
It's very touching.
Feel good ending.
Very touching.
they really
Always love those.
They really let him go wild.
And that's the 3D universe.
That's all they got for that. There was no like real ending. They were just kind of like, nah.
Yeah. The HD universe starts in 2004 with the Grand Theft Auto 5 prologue. In Ludendorff, North Yankton, Michael Townley.
Grand Theft Auto 5 prologue.
Yeah.
The opening of the game
opening
is
of the
you
game.
doing
The
that
opening of the game.
heist.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. Sorry.
Trevor Phillips and Brad Snyder attempt a bank robbery. It goes sideways. Brad is seemingly killed. Michael is shot and Trevor escapes. Michael secretly cuts a deal with the FIB, faking his death in exchange for witness protection, where he relocates to Los Santos with his family under the name Michael DeSanta.
Then how does he make his money again? Is it just the money he had hidden away?
I don't know.
Or did they just give him money? Was that part of the
Was he
cover?
a producer?
I don't know.
Well, in Grand Theft Auto 4,
We're such big fans.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 4, 2008, Nico Bellic arrives in Liberty City.
Balich.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Lured by his cousin Roman's stories of wealth and success, Nico is actually chasing down someone who betrayed his military unit during the Yugoslav wars.
They don't say Yugoslav in the game, though, do they? Because I know they were pretty mum about who the culture they were trying to emulate.
Never played Grand Theft Auto 4.
Because I
Really?
heard that the developers
Maybe like 10 minutes.
I heard the developers got the idea because and this is bougie as hell that they had this Serbian limo driver. And he was very similar to Nico, so they were like, we should base a main character off this guy.
It was a smart move.
Yeah.
I think that if anything was successful in Grand Theft Auto 4, it was probably the story.
Yeah. And the personal struggles of the character Nico and just like obviously where he came from before. You know, there was like a scene where he was like, you know, where he kind of related to like, I did terrible things just because some political leader told me to.
Yeah.
Which was exactly what the Balkan Wars were. And, you know, for me at the time being Serbian, growing up in the 90s and having CNN on pretty much all the time during the Balkan Wars, this character obviously resonated with me more because it was like, that's exactly what the Balkan Wars were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's like the brutalist before the brutalist.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like he comes to a city to maybe try to start over, but shit, here we go again.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I really relate to GTA Advance's Mike. Stupid white dude with no personality.
me too.
Mike. Good old Mike.
Mike.
When Nico arrives, Roman's life is far from glamorous. He runs a cab company and is deep in debt to gangsters. So Nico begins doing dirty work to protect Roman and earn money. Nico gets involved with various factions, including the Russian mafia, Irish mob, and corrupt FIB agents, partaking in major robberies and drug deals. Dmitri betrays Nico multiple times, forcing him into unwanted jobs, and Nico slowly uncovers leads on Darko Breivik, the man responsible for the ambush. Nico eventually finds Darko and can choose whether to kill him or spare him. In the last act, Nico chooses between revenge on Dmitri or agreeing to a heroin deal with him. Either choice results in the death of someone close to Nico, Kate if he does the deal, or Roman if he chooses revenge. Nico is left disillusioned. The American dream he sought turns out to be full of loss and emptiness.
I do remember that decision. I think I chose to kill him.
I chose to kill him.
I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, disillusioned, whatever. I mean,
It's called growing up. It's called growing up.
Also, you killed a lot of people anyway.
Yeah.
There's kind of a disconnect there. You literally have been killing people the whole game.
Yeah.
There was do you remember the mission with the serial killer? It was like a random side quest encounter where it's like you run into some guy on the side of the street and he just like talks to you and tries to, you know, kind of be your friend. And Nico's like, hey man, I'm just like trying to move on with my life. And the guy's like, I really like you, man. Let me tell you about all these women I've killed. And then he's like, what?
What did you say?
What did you say?
Usually they're not so frank about it.
Yeah.
Usually
But Nico's that cool.
Yeah, you're just a trustworthy guy. Like you want to dump your deepest, darkest secrets to him.
Like if I saw this dude like
Maybe.
do a 720 and jump out of a half pipe and say, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, I'll tell you everything.
Do a kick flip, bro.
I'm going to come clean to you, sir.
Yeah. I don't know.
If I saw Mike-
It was a weird random encounter. Like it had nothing to do with the story. It was just like one character just implanted in this
Could you
game.
do something to him? Do you kill him? Or?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you could walk away from him, or you could just like,
I don't know. I'd kill him.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's like the mission ends or something like that or whatever, and you just walk away from him, and you could turn around and just like kill him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I I wish there were like a call the police button.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe I got a lead for you.
It's dark even
Or
for
just
him.
issue some good old fashioned street justice.
You know,
Now, there's also a mission involving a diamond heist
Yeah.
that we learn more about through 2 DLCs.
I forgot that there were 2 DLCs.
It is. Actually, I didn't realize that it was kind of like a Rashomon thing, where each one shows different parts of the heist from different viewpoints. The first one is from The Lost and the Damned, where you play as Johnny Klebitz, vice president of the Lost MC, a Liberty City biker gang. He opposes club president Billy Gray's violent and reckless leadership. When Billy is released from rehab, tensions rise. Johnny tries to steer the gang towards stability, but Billy reignites war with the rival Angels of Death. Johnny ends up involved in gun and drug deals. He crosses paths with Ray Buccino and Nico Bellic. Buccino asks the gang to steal a shipment of diamonds about to be purchased by nightclub owner Gay Tony Prince. Although the theft is successful, the subsequent exchange with the Jewish mob, overseen by Johnny and Nico, is ambushed by Tony's bodyguard, Luis Lopez. During the chaos, Johnny escapes with Buccino's money, leading him to have both Johnny and Jim captured for their betrayal. Johnny leads the remaining Lost members in an attack on the Alderney State Correctional Facility to find and kill Billy. After Billy is killed, Johnny and the survivors return to their clubhouse only to find it vandalized by Buccino's men. They decide to burn down the clubhouse remains, find new pastures, and start a new chapter elsewhere. Johnny firmly cuts ties with Stubbs and Ashley, deciding to temporarily leave the gang to focus on supporting Jim's widow and child.
Oh, such an admirable end.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever beat this. I played it, but I never beat it.
Well, it doesn't end up good for this character anyway.
Yeah, it sure doesn't.
My question, do you guys take bike gangs seriously?
No, 100% no.
I think they are
100%
I
no.
think I have there's like a outlaw biker bar like pretty close to my house.
I hear those guys are bad. Bad news.
Oh, I know. But they're bad in the dumbest ways, and I really don't give a shit.
And the
like
13th and Oklahoma area.
I mean, what do they brag about? Like,
Isn't
what do they
just-
talk about? Do they just talk about motorcycles and maybe talk about how they hit their wives and shit? Because it seems like
No, they
those are the
basi-
type of people that
They
are.
basically just run like illegal bars. So like
I know,
they don't
yeah.
have alcohol licenses. They just kind of like get together and they drink and then they just probably I don't know what they talk
say
about.
racist
shit.
stuff.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I just think they're the dumbest idiots. I'm like, oh, you have a little gang, you have a uniform.
But
Yeah.
you know what's cool though is like the biker gangs are like, we support kids that read.
Some
Let's organize this group ride for dogfighting.
For the most part, like those extremely loud motorcycles, never understood them. I understand
No.
motorcycles as a mode of transportation.
It's personalities for those that don't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that where it's like you surround your entire personality around what you ride.
It's why I don't like nerd culture too, because
Yeah.
for the most part, people are like, oh, this is my personality. I'm like, I like that too, but I have like thoughts and feelings that don't relate to this whatsoever.
I don't invest everything into one thing.
No, why would you?
Yeah. I've interacted with maybe one or two in my life, like closely, where I've like seen the inside culture of it, and it's like this is all you do, And obviously they're not going to tell you like, oh, we also like deal drugs on the side, or we do this, or we do that, whatever.
Spank.
Yeah.
That's my. I guess we told you. We're putting it out there, guys. If you're listening, you really need to shape up.
Yep. Hey.
Get your acts together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't checked the Spotify demographics yet for the racist biker gangs.
It's 2% of our population.
Yeah. A very, very, very white.
It turns out
I would say yes.
we're very big in the 30 to 40-year-old male demographic, apparently.
Well, that is the prime
kind of what
time
we
for
are.
midlife crisis people to buy motorcycles and join gangs.
Like and subscribe.
So
Just don't do it.
Please.
Reconsider.
Now, the other
I'm one of you guys.
the other aspect of the story is the Ballad of Gay Tony from 2008.
Hold on.
This one I've
Have you
never
guys?
played.
Hey guys, have you done your taxes yet?
You better do it, or the IRS will
Oh,
get you.
sorry guys, I can't do the raid. I gotta go home and I gotta feed the dog.
Yeah. He's been home alone all day.
Luis Lopez, bodyguard, business partner to nightclub mogul Tony Prince, otherwise known as Gay Tony, is drowning in debt and substance abuse. So Luis juggles running Tony's clubs and dealing with the Liberty criminal elite. Yusuf Amir, an eccentric developer, an Anceladi mafia, and Russian gangster Ray Bulgarin. Tony plans to buy $2 million worth of smuggled diamonds to resell at a profit, but the deal is ambushed by members of the Lost Motorcycle Gang led by Johnny Klebitz, resulting in the death of Tony's boyfriend, Evan Moss, and the loss of the diamonds.
No.
After tracking down the diamonds, Tony instructs Luis to intercept a deal between Johnny, Nico Bellic, and the Jewish mob to recover them. Luis kills Bulgarian, rescues Tony, and secures their position in the nightlife scene. Elsewhere, the diamonds are found in a trash bag by a homeless Vietnam War veteran who sells them and departs for Vice City.
Oh.
Stake money, those diamonds are a part of Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Interesting theory.
Yeah, interesting theory, yeah.
I like that.
I guarantee it. There's going to be a homeless person who's like maybe filthy rich there. I don't know. The diamonds are going to be involved somewhere. I think that'd be cool.
Or a nice rags to riches story.
Kind of like a Lawrence Fishburne in the John Wick series. Like they're homeless, but they've still got wealth.
Could be.
That's kind of cool. I like that concept.
Something's going to happen there.
Something works.
Or
I hope it's Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Or he's just, a rich kind of white asshole with like a bunch of clubs and strip clubs and everything and living the American dream in Vice City.
Or that we'll hear whispers of the diamonds somehow and we're going to go.
Right.
The diamonds, I hope that they're there too, not just the wealth. Like we're going to have to go on a mission to find them. 2009, the Chinatown Wars. Huang Li, a spoiled but skilled member of the Triads,
That's part of this timeline?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's wild. When I looked at it, yeah.
Arrives in Liberty City after...
HHD indeed.
This was on the DS.
Yeah, I
Crazy.
played maybe a minute of this game.
Yeah.
I just fucked around.
Huang Li is tasked with delivering a sacred family sword, the Yijian, to his uncle Kenny. The sword is stolen after his arrival. Huang investigates, uncovering corruption and power plays within the Triad ranks. Kenny and other Triad leaders are revealed to be working against him or using him, so Huang kills his uncle after discovering the betrayal. The LCPD arrests several major Triad figures, and Huang reclaims his sword but is left bitter and disillusioned with the life he was born into.
Left bitter and disillusioned is a theme in this series.
I wonder how well this game sold. Because everyone kind of had a DS, but it was also kind of seen as like a kiddie device for a long while there. Even like, I don't know, I would say until the 3DS, people weren't really like treating, especially the 2000s, like towards the end, people were kind of taking games seriously.
Yeah.
But
especially Nintendo taking things more seriously with having more mature content. You got the Resident Evil
remake on
it, and on the GameCube, Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. But then even at this time, you had the first Resident Evil on the DS, and you had a couple other like horror titles. Remember Dementum?
I just think of the Mean Girls meme.
Never seen that.
Dementum was like a first-person horror game.
Oh, really?
A really good first-person horror game for the DS.
It was good.
It was good.
We're getting our own Soul style game on the Switch too. So surely the new Nintendo console will be a mature game powerhouse.
A cooperative.
You get to pick your characters.
Yep. The Dusk Bloods.
You get to be a pot.
Does that release in 2 weeks?
No, that's like a month or two later.
Really?
It's not day one.
Well,
okay.
We're all getting Mario Kart day
it's
one.
Baked in.
Yeah. Yep.
It'll already be on the system.
I've heard Donkey Kong Bonanza is supposed to be really good.
Matt has actually played it.
Oh, yeah?
He played it at C2E2, and he says it's a ton of fun, though I think Matt just loves to play, so.
Yeah.
Well, good
it's
for
hard
him.
to say. No, I think it's awesome.
It's supposed to be like
I'll take it.
I forgot
next,
C2E2 happened.
It's supposed to be like the next version of Mario Odyssey.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I hear that's what's been in development instead of 3D Mario.
Grand Theft Auto 5 takes place in 2013. Protagonists Michael DeSanta, Franklin Clinton, and Trevor Phillips. Michael lives in Los Santos under witness protection after faking his death during a botched bank heist earlier. He's protected by a deal with FIB agent Dave Norton. Franklin Clinton is an ambitious street hustler working for corrupt car salesman Simeon Yetarian. He meets Michael during a fraudulent car repossession. Michael, impressed by his drive, becomes his mentor. When Michael discovers his wife cheating with her tennis coach, he and Franklin...
Isn't it yoga? Oh, it is tennis.
Tennis, yeah, it was tennis.
Okay.
That scene pops up in the game where like Franklin shows up at his house and he's all like, what the hell's happening? And he's like, oh, this guy's fucking my wife. We're gonna go kill this guy. You in? Franklin's like, oh hell yeah, let's go. And that's the kind of friend you want. That's the kind of friend you want.
And Danny Tamborelli is just saying stupid shit in the background.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh, hey, you guys are crazy.
It's my impression.
Oh man!
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
it's my first time trying it. You actually did a good one too, Soy.
Yeah.
Unaware that they wreck a mansion that belongs to drug kingpin Martin Madrazo, who demands compensation. So to pay off, Michael returns to his criminal roots and recruits Franklin for a jewelry store heist with the help of hacker Lester Crest. News of the heist reaches Trevor Phillips, Michael's volatile former partner who assumed he was dead. Realizing he's alive, Trevor tracks him down and reinserts himself into Michael's life. As the three work together, they each face growing tensions, with Michael's family leaving him, Franklin getting entangled in gang feuds, notably rescuing Lamar Davis from rival Harold Stretch Joseph, and Trevor expands his own criminal network targeting gangs, meth dealers, and the Merriweather PMC.
I love special shout out to Pork Chop the dog.
Chop.
I had the app on my phone that you could train Pork Chop.
I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, there was you could download an app.
Companion app.
Yeah, and Pork Chop could help you find like secrets in the world.
Oh, really?
It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You would
The
find
app
like extra
worked with
money.
the game?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's kind of like Fallout 4 before Fallout 4. You know how they had the Pip-Boy on the phone, and then
Yeah.
they made the special case,
Yeah.
the actual Pip-Boy.
The actual Pip-Boy,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I loved it. Also, this is where Johnny dies
Johnny
from Lost in the Damned.
Krebitz?
He gets killed in like the opening of.
Yeah, like it's
Eventually,
real
there was
quick.
too much going on. I quit. I was too far in the lore.
That's the one that Trevor kills. In the beginning.
Really?
Like he becomes
Yeah.
addicted to drugs, and then Trevor murders him.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like, hey, that's Johnny. Oh, he's dead.
And he's dead.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
I like that, though.
Yeah. Please don't tell me you killed his wife. No, I wouldn't kill his wife. You crazy? Or no, you would. No, what was that scene of where Trevor
I don't
was?
remember it. I just remember going, "Huh, that was a character I played
Yeah.
as." All right, interesting.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Letting someone die right away.
yeah.
Yeah.
Reestablish the.
It's something for the
stakes.
long-term fans.
There's horror movies
Remember
do that
this
often
guy?
where like they'll only get Jamie Lee Curtis for 5 seconds before they bring Busta Rhymes in to replace her.
It makes sense to me though.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the same.
Dude, when Busta Rhymes fights Michael Myers, awesome.
That was peak early 2000s.
We love that.
Yeah.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Trevor, feelings on Trevor.
At the
One
time,
of the most
absolutely.
iconic GTA characters.
Iconic, but really hard to kind of parse now.
Yeah.
It's only been like 10 years, but like he went from being kind of just like, oh, look at that, he's just fucking crazy, to now you're just like, oh no, he needs to be put down.
Yeah.
He's way too uncool. Maybe it's age, maybe it's that I grew up a little bit more, but I don't really like the character anymore.
He's not a real character. He's not a real person. He is like a cartoon character.
He's like the Joker.
Yeah.
And
I would say the Joker, yeah.
it's funny when all of a sudden you transport over to him and he's in his underwear driving a fucking moped.
Yeah, right.
Like that.
Yeah, in the middle of the desert.
Or
Yeah.
when you fly over to him and he's getting chased by 10 cops already. That shit's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't relate to him.
Yeah.
I don't know. His zany hijinks worked back then. I don't think they would work now.
No, I don't think they'll ever make a
I don't-
character like that.
Yeah. I'm me personally, I think he was vital in the story, and
He was necessary.
yeah.
You needed kind of like a crazy element.
yep.
Franklin was
then
the
it keeps.
Franklin was my favorite character out of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be kind of the cipher. Your
Yeah, actually
inroad.
the
You can
very
relate to
likable
him.
character.
You relate to him, unlike Michael.
Yeah. Well, Michael and Trevor were like completely unlikable. Like it's crazy how like you know, they were main protagonists, but like they were just like so flawed, and it's like I can't resonate with these guys at all. So that's why, yeah, Franklin was there kind of as a little buffer.
Well,
It's
the
like, hey,
older
this
I-
guy's trying to be.
The older I get, I wonder if I would resonate with the nearly 50-year-old guy.
Yeah.
No, he's past 50. He's
No.
got to be past 50. If he's got kids in the early 20s, their early 20s. Michael,
Oh, Michael. Yeah.
he's got to be 50
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yes, Michael is coerced by FIB agents Dave Norton and Steve Haynes to undertake dangerous covert operations to undermine their rivals at the IAA. This includes robbing armored vehicles, stealing nerve gas, and breaking into the FIB headquarters to destroy compromising evidence. He also, while in there, destroys the evidence against him, so he's no longer be able to be blackmailed.
Yep.
Trevor discovers that Brad, the former associate from Ludendorff, was killed and buried in Michael's fake grave. Feeling betrayed, Trevor nearly lets Michael die during an ambush, but is forced to cooperate for the final job, where they must rob the Union Depository of its gold reserves. The heist succeeds, but Franklin is pressured by Haynes and Weston to eliminate either Trevor or Michael. Franklin can make this decision. Naturally, you say both.
But it was a choice.
It is a choice.
It was a choice. You could have them both killed.
If the final option is chosen where you say both, all go their separate ways and maintain a friendly relationship.
Just, in the group chat.
Did you know?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Do you know Grand Theft Auto Online has a story?
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
I was
It had
blown away.
It has
Yeah.
a long running fucking story.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, it's an MMO. It
Practically, yeah.
became its own thing. This is what they made instead of DLC with more like heists and shit.
Yeah, there was like a ton of like, story DLC that they were making, and they were like, "Holy shit, we're making money off of this GTA Online thing."
Yeah.
with all the damn
Mega
shark cards.
Shark cards.
Yeah.
Fucking Megalodon cards and
Yeah.
this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's on sale. Only $99.
I can't imagine paying that much for fake currency.
If I was filthy,
wild.
if I was filthy rich, I'd do it.
Sure. I mean, Rockstar doesn't need any more of my shit. And it's also like, this is the beginning of like the dangerous. This is one of the things that kind of heralded in shit like Fortnite. When you really think about it, the extreme popularity of this is such a mimicker of what Fortnite ended up being.
Yeah.
in-game buying in-game currency.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because not a lot of other games did that at this time.
I mean, Ubisoft tried with their Uplay bucks or whatever they call it.
Well, you could earn those.
Uplay coins.
You could earn those by doing challenges within the game. For the
Barely.
most part.
Barely.
Oh, I earned a lot.
Yeah?
I earned a lot.
I don't know. Maybe-
maybe they changed it. Is it still going? Because I haven't played a Ubisoft game.
Helix
seriously.
points. I know Helix points in the Assassin's Creed series. That's what it's evolved to over the last like 3 or 4 games. But you had to buy those
Right.
for the most part.
Yeah.
So 2013 to 2016, the protagonist character in GTA Online, which is a custom character. You move to Los Santos for opportunity. You meet Lamar Davis, and then you work for Gerald, Simeon Yetarian, and eventually Trevor Phillips, Lester Kress, and Martin Madrazo doing various criminal things.
A lot of bank heists.
2017, the Doomsday Heist. Lester introduces the player to billionaire tech mogul Avon Hertz and his AI Clifford, who warns of an impending Russian-backed cyber threat. You defeat the Russians. Avon betrays the team, seeking to start a nuclear war using Clifford's control over defense systems. You stop him. 2018 to 2019, the business and casino war. You open a nightclub with Gay Tony. Use it as a front to funnel money from their other businesses, where you enter the Arena War, a televised demolition competition at the Diamond Casino. 2020, the Cayo Perico heist. After working for Gerald and fending off the Kang Pei gang, you're hired by Miguel to retrieve sensitive files from drug lord El Rubio on a private island, nuclear subs, ex-Russians, steal files, yada yada. 2021, celebrity contracts and LD Organics, where you meet the LS Car Meet, competing high-stakes robbery contracts. Franklin Clinton hires the player for high-profile clients, including recovering Dr. Dre's stolen phone.
Dr. Dre was in that.
And
Man.
there's a song you can hear, and was it the first chance you could hear it was in-game?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. That's the wild thing about GTA Online is most of this stuff is like you missed out. If you're listening to this right now and you've never played GTA Online, you missed out on all this.
Yeah, it's all gone now.
It's all gone, yeah.
It
was like if you wanted to jump in now and even kind of remotely play some of the content, like you're just not gonna find it.
Yeah, it's like
Relic
a
of
whisper.
It sucks.
Yeah. And I think we talked about this before in a previous episode where it's like kind of like that exclusive content that if you weren't there at the time playing it, like you can't play it anymore. It's done.
If you weren't there when Taken King came out for Destiny,
Yep.
you can't.
No.
The Assassins Festival in Final Fantasy
Fantasy.
15.
Wild.
Oh, man.
Wild.
That was a lot.
2022, the IAA Crisis and Fooligans. You're recruited to investigate gas price inflation in San Andreas. You uncover a plot by Mason Duggan using Clifford. The player halts the scheme by destroying the remaining AI code and killing Mason. Later, the player joins the Fooligans, a Juggalo-style gang led by Dax. And you overtake rival drug operations.
It's just so wild to me that there's a whole like bevy of things that no one will ever fucking see ever again.
Yep.
And I played GTA Online when it started.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking mess.
Yeah.
I
It was
remember
nowhere near this
I
organized.
tried to play it and it didn't work.
Yeah. It didn't work for so many people.
And so I never tried again.
Yeah.
Well, if you got it for the PS3, GTA Online didn't come out for like a full year, I think.
No, it was immediate. I had a PS3.
You sure?
Yep.
I swore it was like not immediate.
No, so
Or maybe like it got a big update a year later or something.
it must have, because it was a mess at the launch.
Yeah.
One of the things I've heard about in the rumor mill, because apparently someone X'd or tweeted, one of the people working on it kind of said, okay, so the main story is done, but the reason that we can't like push this towards gold or make it releasable is that everyone at Rockstar is so afraid of what happened with Red Dead Online and GTA Online happening all over again, because that did put a dent in like the interest for the game for a long while. So they said, oh, that shit's basically done. Now we just have to polish up the online components, which takes a lot longer to do because there's so many more variables.
Yeah.
And I understand it. Red Dead Online is boring as shit. And
If Tyler was here, he'd have a lot of good things to say about it.
it's interesting, but there's not a lot to do. And you're not really doing anything fulfilling.
But I know Tyler would talk about how him and his like brother and Mia, they would all just get together and ride around, and that was all they needed.
Oh, sure.
Okay, I guess.
It's one of those things where the game is made by who you're playing with.
Yeah. And I guess that's my problem with multiplayer games in general.
It really kind of comes down to who you're playing with.
We'll see how Elden Ring Night Rain goes. I'm excited to be able to actually play it with
We'll see how Dusk
people.
Bloods goes.
Yeah.
You know we're going to get it and play
Well,
it.
as long as we all get our Switch cameras, so we can all be like, Dylan, oh my God, sick
Oh my
kill,
god!
bro.
Oh, that was we almost got him,
Oh,
guys.
Dylan, are you playing Mario? Yeah, Dustbolt sucks.
Dylan, is that the new puzzle hentai game?
Dylan, where's your shirt?
Gone. Don't need it anymore.
it went.
Yeah,
Don't need it anymore.
You steal a military gunship. And
Oh yeah, GTA.
You do other stuff. But Grand Theft Auto 6, modern day. This is what we know about the game so far. Set in the fictional state of Leonida, Florida. Includes Vice City, the Grass Rivers, and the Leonida Keys, as well as Ambrosia, Mount Calaga National Park, and Port Gellhorn. Here's our protagonist, Jason. He wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder.
Man.
Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys doing what he does best, working for local drug runners. It might be time to try something new. He meets Lucia, who could be the best or the worst thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows he'd like how it turned out, but time will tell. Lucia Caminos, her father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. She's learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here on out. More than anything, she wants the good life her mom had dreamed of since their days in Liberty City. But instead of half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. A life with Jason could be her way out.
It's interesting to me they're doing kind of a Bonnie and Clyde thing.
Yeah, 100%. I totally got that from the last trailer.
And either protagonist is playable. I think this...
I think you can switch between
You can switch
them.
off.
So
at any
Jacob
point.
and Evie Fry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I like. I don't think that's bad. I think the characters are interesting enough.
Jason's boring shit to me.
They actually updated his face model.
So he's...
They made him more interesting looking. If you notice in the first trailers that feature him,
Yeah.
and then the trailers now, they've actually done a lot of work to
They
kind
sh-
of give him
Oh,
more
I'll
of
have
a...
to look. I didn't notice
They
that.
should have brought my favorite character, Mike.
What's he been up to?
Yeah, what has he been doing?
What's he...
Maybe he'll be in this one.
Oh, I don't get to play as a white guy?
Fingers crossed.
I don't get to play as a white guy?
Good to play as a Mexican, forget that.
What's a bellich?
What a goofy language.
is he Russian or something?
I speak American.
I speak American. That's something they'd say in the radio stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laszlo Station.
I was listening.
Laszlo's coming back in this, right? He's got to be.
I was listening to Emotion.
Yeah, that'd be probably the wisest thing for him.
I've been jamming just to the
There's going to be a
Vice
podcast
City.
station, isn't there?
You know it. I've been listening to the Vice City radio stations lately, just all the way through while driving, and the Emotion ones with I forget, like Luis or something like that is the host. He's awesome. He's like, people ask if I am bilingual, and I say I try anything once.
Yes. I remember him, yeah.
And I sometimes I like to date the
Hello.
fat ladies too. It's like
Because
very-
fair ladies need love too.
It's it's like that problematic era. It's good stuff.
Who was the comedian? There was like the kind of like famous comedian, black comedian was in GTA 5 that had his own radio station that was hilarious.
Oh,
I forget his name.
It's not Cedric the Entertainer.
No, it's not.
It's shit.
I can see. I can see.
Patrice O'Neill.
Is it Patrice O'Neill?
We got to
look this up.
Look it up.
But he had a real. Yeah.
Following a failed bank robbery, Jason and Lucia encounter a statewide conspiracy and are forced to protect each other. We know some of the characters involved. We have Cal Hampton, Jason's paranoid friend. His bio: what if everything on the internet was true? Jason's friend and a fellow associate of Bryant's, Cal feels safest hanging at home, snooping on Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. The psychopaths are in charge. Get used to it. Cal is the low tide of America and happy there. Casual paranoia loves company, but his friend Jason has bigger plans.
Pam Grier was one of them.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan
So
of
was
Jackie Brown.
Danny McBride. Interesting.
We have Booby Ike.
Booby Ike.
Booby runs a business empire in Vice City. It's all about heart, the Jack of Hearts.
They have this information released already.
Low character bios.
Wow.
Booby is a local Vice City legend and acts like it. One of the few to transform his time in the streets into a legitimate empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio.
Good for him.
Booby's all smiles until it's time to talk business.
Ooh.
Booby might seem like he's just out for himself, but it's his partnership with the young aspiring music mogul Draquan for Only Raw Records that he's most invested in. Now they just need a hit. Draquan Priest is the owner of the record label Only Raw Records with Booby.
I'm imagining a mix between Drake and Jamiroquai for some reason.
I hope they lean into
Drake with just like a big hat.
Yeah,
I wonder if-
the Cat in the Hat.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they were fiercely doing rewrites about Drake getting called out by another rapper.
Oh, I bet there's going to be like pedophilia jokes. in
When
this,
you
I can
think
promise you.
when you think about probably how long it's taken them to develop this game, they probably had to change a lot of the
So
cultural
much.
things multiple times.
That's what I hear
Yeah.
happened with GTA 5 even.
Yeah,
because we've crossed the barrier where parody and satire can kind of work in specific ways. So they probably had to write shit down.
It's tough now. I know South Park has said like it's tough to write anything that cuts as satirical anymore when we live
Because
in
life is satire. Yeah.
In Black Mirror, there was a while I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like it's already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Real Dimes. This is Baylux and Roxy. They have been friends since high school, girls with the savvy to turn their time shaking down local dealers into cold hard cash via spicy rap tracks and relentless social media presence.
I wonder how much I'm going to like this game.
An early hit single with local rapper Downplay took Real Dimes to new heights. Now, after 5 years and a whole lot of trouble, they've signed to Only Raw Records, hoping lightning can strike twice.
You know, I have a feeling I'm going to hate this game because of the cultural elements of it. Because I'm an old man, I'm a boomer, and I'm a boomer in my thinking where it's like
Social
these goddamn
media,
kids,
like
and their
TikTok.
TikToks. Yeah.
But maybe if they ridicule it,
Yes,
that's how it'll work for us. Like the way they ridiculed Facebook in GTA 5, I'm like, good, but also it's catering to those that want Facebook.
Oh man, if I have
Twitter,
to,
whatever
if
it
I
is.
have to watch something like a TikToking game, I might just blow. My
I think you're going to.
After Kingdom Hearts 3 nailed
guaranteed.
Instagram, I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
I love
Hashtag friends, hashtag where's Sora,
Yeah.
Hashtag gummy ship.
hashtag feeling goofy.
Hashtag
and it's-
where's Mother 3?
Feeling goofy, and he's like rubbing Goofy's belly.
Hashtag feeling goofy.
We have Raul Batista, a seasoned bank robber who keeps getting further and further and doesn't know when to stop. And we have Brian Heder, a drug runner and Jason's landlord, a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling the keys, still moving product through the boatyard with his third wife, Lori. Brian's been around long enough to let others do the dirty work. Brian's letting Jason live rent-free at one of his properties as long as he helps with local shakedowns and stops by for Lori's sangria once in a while. And that's what we know about GTA 6.
I'm so curious as to how this is going to work because Red Dead Redemption 2 was such a jump in like simulation.
Yeah.
When you consider what you're looking at in like the world around you and what you're actually capable of doing, there are so many rules that aren't so inherent to video games. And putting that in like a mod, like in an old Western setting, that's kind of like easy to do because shit was pretty lawless. Now we live in a world that's completely fucking different from that. There's cameras everywhere and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to have some sort of like watchdog type elements. You know,
Wanted posters.
God, I hope not. Like the game Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Watch Dogs 2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
There's going to be a character like, oh, this guy knows technology. He can get you off of the databases.
They're going to have to explain everything. Yeah.
Well, every horror movie, you guys got service? I got no service.
Yeah.
No, silly. We're up in the
No
mountains.
free Wi-Fi.
I
It's a
want
snowstorm.
there to be that one character who's like, I have walkie-talkies. Solved.
Yeah.
We watched Until Dawn the other night.
Oh, yeah.
The movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
It's a Sony film. What did you expect?
Yeah. It's up there with Madam Web.
But at the
Excuse
opening,
me.
it had like
Morbius?
It showed Kratos and like a couple of the like PlayStation characters as PlayStation Studios or something like
yeah.
that. It's like, oh no, stop, please.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah, I don't know. GTA
Was that the purpose? Maybe you think they did that on purpose?
made a bad movie?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You want to
It
make a good
feels like
movie.
it feels like they're doing it on purpose now.
It feels like, especially that, like they knew it's like the game was pretty bad in its story, but it was like kind of bad but good.
It's in the same universe as the first game, the only game, I guess.
Right, of
technically,
course.
but
Yeah.
it was pretty brutal.
Okay.
Yeah.
GTA
would
6, I'll play it.
I will
I'll
play it.
I think everyone is kind of obliged.
GTA 5
Yeah.
came out like 2013,
I know.
For the
That's
PS3 and 360.
12 years ago.
Yes.
12 years ago.
That's insanity.
It's weird. It's also incredibly, profoundly nuts that in between it we got Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a game I think holds up
Yes.
very, very fucking well.
Yeah.
That was 2018.
We've gotten 2 console generations
Yeah.
since then.
Probably it's going to be.
It'll be the third because Switch 2 will be out. Or Switch 1 is actually
it's-
part of the...
So it's been 3.
It's been a long time.
I want to say Switch 2 is caught up with this current generation now.
I'm
Even
curious.
though it's they're on their own timeline.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right.
Can
It's-
it be?
I mean, what? Like the specs say it's like PS4, Xbox One graphics.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I suppose we'll know more once we actually literally see it and get our hands on it.
if you stop to consider, and I've said this a million times, that the Switch is basically an Android processor. Like the chips in it are
Yeah.
all based on like phone technology, essentially,
That is wild.
and how much they've actually been able to like pump out that still looks really good. I mean, that's the Nintendo way, but I don't know if like newer games are actually going to be able to release on this thing without significantly downgrading themselves. I don't think you're going to find GTA 6 on a Switch 2. I just don't
It
think
would be
that's
wild
happening.
if they just dumped GTA 5 on it
That would be
with a GTA
Weird.
Online component. Maybe
GTA
not.
I think they're
GTA.
gonna. I think they're already getting ready to sundown GTA Online on GTA 5.
There's going to be a new GTA Online, and it's going to be 10 times more expensive, and everyone's going to buy it.
It's gonna be kind of like a Warzone.
But we're
type
getting
thing.
off topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
GTA 6, yes.
Sorry.
It's fine.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, I think it's one of this is one of those cultural things. It's like when a Tarantino movie comes out, you kind of have to go see it.
Yeah.
But those never fail.
GTA games arguably have not failed.
GTA 4 didn't work for me. I don't know.
It sold gangbusters.
It was, I don't know, it was the...
And it was divisive. I'll give you that. GTA 4 was pretty divisive when you come
Yeah.
off of San Andreas.
the thing is, it was
San
the
Andreas was
transition...
so beloved.
The
Yeah,
transition to like a more realistic feeling gameplay is what took me out of it because I don't know. It felt like you were playing with toys in Vice City and GTA 3 and in San
Yeah.
Andreas.
Well,
kind of
and-
like Battlefront. Like they don't feel like real soldiers. It's,
They're play toys.
They're play toys. And to move into the real world, it's cool. I'd like them to go to Anywhere City. I'd like to see some dystopian stuff, but then we already have Cyberpunk. Like we already have these games that are kind of
Is Cyberpunk in the Rockstar universe?
No,
Oh,
But Carcer City and Manhunt is. So that's all that
right.
matters.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about this game, and I think that I'm ready for this to come out. I know this is gonna. It's all anyone's gonna be able to talk about for months. It's going to annoy me at a certain point. I will play it. I'll try to keep myself like
Yeah.
like plug my ears, keep my eyes straight on the line. It's
It'll
just
be
going to be
insufferable though for a bit.
it's going to be such a cultural phenomenon. and it's going to completely eat up any of the discourse.
All of my coworkers who are not gamers, when the new GTA 6 trailer comes out, everyone's like, "You guys see it? You guys see it?" Oh,
Well, God, within the first few minutes of the latest trailer, I think it hit like multiple million views within the first like hour or two. I mean, you're right. It is. If anybody plays video games now, casual, whether you're casual or whether you're diehard, this is a cultural event, like you said.
I'm sure there's politicians just like already writing complaints about it too, giving them free publicity.
Yeah, good fucking luck.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that ship has
Getting
sailed.
anything.
Yeah, I think we're past that.
If you have listened this far, thank you so much for checking out our podcast. We are part of the Hair of the Dogcast Network. Check out all of the other amazing shows. And for access to bonus episodes of Raw Dogs, Popcorn Dogs, Elden Dogs, and other special shows for our executive producers, including Side Quests and Doggies After Dark, check out patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast. Special thanks to Patreon executive producers Brian Ward, Ryan Christianick, Kipper, Phil Wright, Jordan Hoff, Kelly Gutowski, Bryant Ross, Phil Just Red Bear Phil, thanks Tyler, Justin Melly, Just Sonic, Horny Jim, Levi Wayne, and Spetsnaz.
I always like the part where you go Kipper.
Yeah,
That's my favorite part.
Kipper. I don't know what Phil was before. It was Phil Just Phil, and then he changed it to Phil Just Red Bear,
Yeah.
and then at one point he put thanks Tyler, and I just kept it in there.
That's funny.
Yep. Yeah, but we're going to see you next time on Raw Dogs for whatever it is. But we are going to now move on to Side Quest for our Patreon executive producers, where Dylan is in control.
No, horny Jim.
Horny Jim will be in control. But we will see all of you next time.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.